Welcome to VB Games, everybody, where tonight we have something a little different. Normally just inane party games where we're as rude as possible, but tonight we're actually doing something of some value, which is, I know you're going to be shocked. We are streaming Star Renegades, a strategy RPG from Massive Damage Games, who you may remember as the creators of Please Stay Calm on the IO6 and Halcyon 6, which was a very successful Kickstarter campaign. And tonight, I am joined by the lead artist of Star Renegades, Bryan Heemskerk. Bryan, it is a pleasure to pester you tonight. For anybody who doesn't know, which would be everybody, Bryan has had the misfortune of knowing me for about 21 years now. We did go to high school together, where I was an absolutely terrible friend, but always loved Bryan's work, and so absolutely thrilled to see this. I swear to God, I was the first one who bought this game because I was just waiting. We can't wait. You can't. No, you've got to be able to hold on a second. What is going on with this?
You can't hear them?
They've got to be able to hear you.
Oh my goodness.
Is that better? Are we getting this audio now? I'm
Hello?
telling you, Oh, there we go. Streamlabs
Oh,
has
there
a
you go.
personal vendetta against me. I recently moved from Elgato, and apparently, okay, now we can. So,
Okay.
all right, which is good because I haven't gotten to my questions yet. So we're good. We're good. Now we can
All
hear.
good. Okay.
So-
They missed me ribbing at you a little bit, which is probably good because tear me apart, right?
No, they would 100% agree with you. You should see some of the answers we get in Quiplash.
Funnily enough, I was going to say something earlier. You were talking about how seeing your work being in front of so many different people.
Mm-hmm.
You did a Red Dead video. I went to GDC in 2018, Game Developers Conference.
Yep.
And I was put next to one of the lead artists on Red Dead Redemption on the airplane.
Nice.
And we had a huge talk about small fish in a big pond versus big fish in a little pond, which was kind of just the concept that when you're an artist on like an indie game or something small, if people hate it, they really hate you.
That's true.
And if they dislike it, it's kind of all your fault. But when it's a bigger game like Red Dead or something like that, the work is distributed enough that if you dislike it, then it's kind of just spread amongst the team rather than
not very focused. Yeah.
Yeah, rather than like a dagger stab at one individual, unless you're talking about Mass Effect Andromeda, in which case they managed to do that anyways.
Yeah, they managed to. That got some pretty harsh criticism. It kind of got fixed along the way, but release day was not a pretty day for Mass Effect Andromeda.
No, not at all.
And I felt bad in that regard because I believe when it came out at the time, while he wasn't on the project, Jesse was working at EA. And
Oh, really?
yeah, and you kind of go, you get this a little bit of defensive thing because it's your brother working there, and it's like he had nothing to do with the game, but I'm still just kind of like, hey, shut up. That was my
You
brother.
leave Jesse alone.
You leave Jesse out of this. This wasn't his fault. Oh,
that's pretty hilarious. I didn't know Jesse was working in the industry.
yeah, he originally started with EA. We got him over to BC. And then he's working with Kabam Games now. So he does like the Marvel Contest of Champions is the big one that's out now. So it's a funky little thing. We were happy to get him out there.
Nice.
So I've been playing a little bit. I didn't want to play too much because
Well, you want to miss the tutorial more so, right? And then just get straight into the meat of it, I guess.
Well, that was kind of it. Originally, that was how it started. I was like, okay, let's get going on this so that I know what to do. Turns out I have no idea what to do.
I can walk you through that. That's not a big deal at all.
Right now, I believe I have 3 days to save the world, or else shit's gonna go down.
You made it to the first planet, Menku.
I have made it to Menku. I am.
You're a
I'm getting
Menkuian,
there.
I guess. Yeah.
So it was, if I understand this right, was this 3 years that went into this game to get it going?
3 years from me, so definitely. It was originally, if you believe it, a space motorcycle game.
I can believe that.
Where you had to build space motorcycles.
You know, I would kind of be down for that. Maybe a potential DLC. We're gonna get some
Racing around.
motorcycle building going on there.
Yeah, we did. Anyways, we scrapped that idea, and we had. It was kind of crazy because I had like a month to throw together a trailer for this game.
Right.
Before Game Developers Conference 2018, and then we had to show it to lots of people. So it was kind of funny the way that worked out. Okay, you're doing the Nemesis first. Let's see how this goes.
I am in the mood to get hurt.
Okay. So your squad should be what? Noto, Win, and Zerx. I didn't name anything in this game, just so you know.
Right off the bat, you're just gonna absolve yourself of that right now.
Well, if you can't stick with the names, it's not me. So not right finger to point. Yeah. So the main thing in this game is it's deterministic. You can, and a big thing is using the timeline to push things back. So if you switch to Noto right now, you can click on him. Just click on the character Noto.
Yep, I got him.
Yeah. Go to Blitz, and you'll see kind of how that behaves.
True. Yes, it is an interesting. It does bring up the more of the strategy RPG side of these things that you really do. Anyone looking across the top bar sees that you can actually see a timeline of attack. So in order to get the most out of a round, I would imagine you want to do two things. You want to inflict damage, and you want to try to push the other enemies back.
Yeah, so sometimes you just want. And if you get an enemy all the way to the edge of the timeline, it pushes them into the next round.
Which
so you don't
fantastic.
have to worry about it. So it gets to be, especially in the later planets when you have some changes that take place, it gets to be a big difference. But you can push them clear off, and then that break text that it tells you there is telling you that they're going to be kicked right off the timeline.
This guy kicked right out.
Done.
Excellent.
Get out of here.
That has slightly postponed my death. We will see how I go.
Yeah. So the other thing is, do you see these crit bonuses at the bottom?
Yes.
So that only activates if it's critical. Criticals happen anytime before the timeline. So if you're before the enemy in the timeline, you'll get a critical hit.
Okay. That I did not know. I probably, knowing me, skipped because I'm terrible that way. So you were saying about the big fish in a small pond. And how easy it is to pick on somebody. And so as the lead artist on this, how much of this is like all you pretty much, isn't it? Like, did you have a team?
I did. I have a team, but the only thing that I had any assistance with from the art perspective was, so I did all of the characters, all of the animations, the backgrounds, all of the tile sets and assets for the maps. Basically all of the pixel art animation, but we have a technical animator named Matt who did like the Unity particle effects. I did a lot of the pixel art particle effects, but the Unity based ones and the more 3D ones were Matt. And he did all of the kind of animation movement in Unity, like setting up all the moves. I did them all in sprite form. Okay. So there's a couple of kind of interesting tidbits off of from an art perspective off of the get-go. So we have like a crazy amount of animations. Most of the characters and enemies have between 300 and 500 frames of animation.
Wow.
Because they do a lot of telegraphing in their animation. So they have like their basic idle, they have an execution, so when they're getting ready to attack. They have a defend, hit down and hit back. And you'll appreciate why I push for those in the game, because then if a character jumps up and hits them from the top, they can get knocked back or down, and then you can do like combo animations, versus if you only have one hit animation, they just loop the same animation over and over.
That's true. It becomes very, double dragon, very kind of one person getting hit one way constantly, and you just kind of go, I'm not really, you want to really feel that attack, which I also have to commend like the screen shake on that as well. It really does give a nice feel that the hits that you're putting in really are hurting your targets, which is a nice little touch for that.
Yeah. So yeah, there's a lot of animation in the game, especially when you get to like big robot bosses and stuff. Mm-hmm. They are a bit crazy because they're pretty large for sprites to be animated so many frames. Yeah.
Nice. Okay, now we're both 80s children. That is and we've played a lot of the same games growing up. I think you were what was your big RPG? Were you Secret of Mana?
Oh, I played Secret of Mana, but me and you were both Final Fantasy VI fans.
That
If
is.
you recall, I gave you my strategy guide.
That is very true. I still have it. It is on my bookshelf. I am not giving that away for anything.
Yeah.
So, what games did you pull inspiration from for Star Renegades? Because I don't know if it's just on the map itself, but I definitely feel a nice Chrono Trigger vibe in there
100%.
because it definitely has that wonderful bit look to it. Makes me think of that before you, when you're on the world map. But what else did you pull for that in your design style?
Okay, the art style it's kind of like a mix of several things. I'm always referencing kind of like Super Nintendo classics because I love them.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll see that more in like the stages and stuff. The character animation is kind of the newer pixel art style that doesn't have outlines. A lot of Super Nintendo games had outlines.
True.
But our game doesn't, so that gives a little bit of a different feel to the characters and whatnot from what you would see in Japanese RPGs. But in regards to games inspiration, Chrono Trigger was a big one. Obviously, the battle format's kind of like Final Fantasy VI, but Octopath was a big one for the setup because it's a 3D setup in a 2D space. Mind you, so was Xenogears, so was Suikoden, so was several other games. So yeah, it's kind of a mix of those games. And I was pushing for like Chrono Trigger because the characters, when you get their relationship up to 2 hearts, you get a combo move for them.
Yes, that's right. I think I managed to snag one for with Zerks, I believe.
It'll be at the top if you have to get the 2 hearts in the campfires. So if you have 1, you won't get there yet.
Oh,
but,
okay.
When you get to 2, then it unlocks a combo move. Oh, you're gonna get wrecked with that laser.
Yeah, I'm gonna get hurt.
It's all good.
I'm still standing. I'm still okay. Well, like you said, without the outlines, I guess what it makes me think of is it's almost like a pixelated Disney, like in the sense that you can tell Disney movies from their television counterparts, because if you've ever watched like the original Aladdin, you'll notice that the outlines of the characters are just darker versions of the colors that they're using for the character themselves.
Yeah.
But when you get to the television version, they just go with a black outline. And it's a noticeable thing like that you see even in like Return of Jafar. It's one of those things that you just go, oh, that's what's different. And it, admittedly, once you said that, it made me realize, looking at the game, that yeah, there are no outlines to the characters, and that really adds something, I think, design-wise to it, which is nice to see.
So there's 2 things that are kind of going on as well. So, for instance, there's always wind in this game, and it's always in the same direction. So that was kind of like an unfortunate task that I did to myself, because you can see it with the characters and whatnot. The hair will be moving in the wind.
The hair and the capes, yes.
When you see enemies, some enemies have capes. They have the same situation going on. They'll have their hair and stuff moving in the wind. And the other aspect of it is you can see that the characters, because pixel art sprites are usually flipped in games.
Yes.
And what we have is everything is pretty consistently lit from one side. So we tried not to flip wherever possible, just to keep the aesthetic correct on the one side.
That makes sense.
It was me. These are just like crazy things that I requested. So.
But it works. It's stuff, and I've noticed. I guess. I mean, I am by no means an artist. Only voice wise. Oh, I got him.
Nice. You're gonna have to get that health back somehow.
Yeah, I know. Well, I'm hoping I can take this guy down. Maybe eat a sandwich. We'll see how it goes.
Oh, he's easy. Just blitz him. You're good to go. Yeah, just switch to Noto and blitz, and you got the rest.
Oh yeah, true. All right, let's do that. What was I going to say? I noticed, and like I said, I'm not an artist, but I noticed you may have made it, and it shows. Do you think it's slightly more difficult for you to have your characters, like we're fighting from the left side, and whereas in most games you were fighting from the right?
Yeah.
And so even like the way the wind is blowing from their backs forward. Do you find it harder to draw something where somebody has the wind behind them than usually? I mean, like anytime you see a movie, the wind is blowing in somebody's face, and so their hair is moving backwards, their cape is moving backwards. Did you find it any more difficult to have it almost like blowing forwards? Because it seems like it would be a little trickier.
Well, you know what the funny thing is it was easier
Was
because there are more enemies than characters.
True.
And the enemies have it blowing the other way.
That is a very good point. Very good point.
So technically, it might have been harder to figure out the playable characters, but there's actually, okay, this is like maybe potentially DLC down the road, so I could be spoiling something. But I did two characters that are enemies that I also made playable character versions of, but they're not in the game currently.
Okay. I think you kept it just vague enough that I don't think people are going to call back on that one.
Good. I hope no one calls back on that. But, yeah. Man, yeah.
Nice,
So, yeah,
nice.
it's a big relief to get this out.
Oh, definitely. So, like, outside of games, because I have to admit, and this has been a pretty big constant for you, your style is hard to peg. I don't really see many people who do the same style that you do, which is, a commendable thing because everybody says everything's already been done. What other things outside of games do you pull inspiration from for your art?
Oh my gosh, I don't even know. It's like a brain hack question. I don't even know if I can answer it.
Please answer your whole past for me right now.
It's not the whole past. I mean, part of it is you build a strong enough technical art standpoint, then you can kind of switch around to different styles. And the other part is, since I left art school and I've been working, I often worked in jobs where they had another artist, but they weren't going fast enough. And I had to match their style and basically make the rest of the game.
Okay.
So I did that on about 4 or 5 different projects. And that kind of helps you learn to work like other people, get into their head, figure out the different styles. So, like, I know that when around the time that this game came out, Dungeons of the Endless had just come out. Sorry, when we started working on this, Dungeons of the Endless, and there's a few others that had the no-line kind of pixel art aesthetic that and then at first you kind of reference them a bit more, but then you kind of get to a weird point where you just reference yourself and then you push your own design further and further and further until it's so distant from the original inspiration that, that
it essentially just becomes yours, like it just entirely your own thing.
Yeah, I have like 2 laptops. I have one set up for pixel art and one set up for like digital painting.
Okay.
And because you have to kind of set up your tools differently depending on what you're doing.
Right.
So it can be a bit of a pain in the butt to do it all on one computer. So so I'm kind of used to flip-flopping because it's even like I did all of the key art for this game. So all of the stuff you see in promotional material or whatnot, and it's a pretty big shift from the pixel art of the game.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I like that. I like being challenged in different ways, working on different aspects of the art and design.
Well, definitely, because I mean, like, were you? That would have been you for the. Was that you for the trailer as well?
The animated trailer?
Yeah.
So there's a pixel art trailer that's animated, and there's a regular animated trailer. I didn't do the animation for that. That was Brick Studios, but I art directed it more or less. So they handed screens, and then I redrew the scenes until we were happy with the direction, and then they went and animated it from there.
Is it a bit surreal to see what is essentially something that you came up with being done by other people? Like, does that get a little weird?
Oh yeah, that's always weird. Hopefully we get to the point where you see some fan art soon, because that would be.
Oh, you know it's gonna happen.
I hope so.
It's definitely gonna happen.
You're gonna do it, right?
Well, totally. I mean, I don't want to. I mean, I can certainly do some fan voices for it. If you ever want a voice script for that one, which was going to be a thing, but they decided not to do voices. That's okay. I cried for like a solid week, but after that, my therapist told me it was okay. So we didn't make a thing out of it. No,
you know me, I'll always try to pull you on any project that I work on,
and that makes you amazing.
You're in snack time for that reason.
Yes. I love that. I still look that up. You know how bummed I was that I couldn't play it anymore?
Oh, I know.
I was like, what do you mean I can't get it?
Yeah.
It was crazy that.
I'll always remember that when they had this other voice actor doing the voices, and then I was like, no, Cody, just do it. And then he did it, and it was so much better. And
Yes.
then we replaced the viewers.
If there's one thing I love, it's taking someone else's job.
Hey. You deserved that one.
Well, thank you. That is very nice of you to say.
Yeah.
So, as the old saying goes, we're only limited by our imagination.
True.
But was there anything else outside of imagination that you were limited by in the game? Was there anything that you really wanted to do, but the resources or the boss was just like, that is way too big. Like, we cannot do that.
Let me think about that for a second.
Sure thing.
Probably was.
I mean, some things sound good in your head, and then it's just like you try to get that on paper, and it's like, okay, this is impossible.
No, well, yeah, some ideas, but you'll see. Oh man, like you saw the train at the beginning of the game, right?
Yes.
So that was kind of a math torture for me.
It would be, yes.
It's art math because it's not straightforward what the way it works. It's very because if you look behind the scenes in this, it looks like a very different than what you see on screen.
I would imagine so.
Just the way that I have it set up. And there's two stages. There's the elevator stage and there's the train stage that are almost more math than art. Because you have to time when things go and you have to set up specific behaviors and work out things so that it looks properly, looks proper at specific distances and stuff. I might have pushed myself a little bit too hard on bosses and stuff, so I don't know if there's anything that I couldn't have done. I probably did more than I should do, because you'll see when you get to the first boss of this planet, like, essentially, I don't know, I think he's like 500 pixels by 500 pixels, giant robot pixel art sprite with, I think he has 450 frames.
Holy hell, man.
So these guys were... some of the bosses are kind of nuts in that regard. So yeah, but that's really how much do you want to torture yourself. I had kind of free reign with the game, to be honest, from a visual perspective.
Which is terrific.
So I just got to kind of make it look like whatever I wanted to make it feel. The overworld map, you'll see the character size was very referenced from Chrono Trigger.
Yes.
Just the scale of it, I wanted that feel. There are a lot of like legacy maps that have more of the world feel of the game like that.
Okay.
That I love to mess around with, but yeah, I didn't make any of the maps except for the tutorial ones and the dungeons that are currently in the game.
Okay.
I made all of the art for them. So I made the tile sets, I made the objects, I made the mountains, I drew all of those things, but I didn't, and the buildings and stuff and the trees, all of the gentle wind in the trees, that was all. There's actually a kind of a shenanigans algorithm for that. It's kind of fun. The trees, so you'll notice it picks up from, like, if you have a big screen of trees, you'll notice they pick up from top left and they shutter from all the way across to bottom right as the wind passes through them. So just kind of silly things like that.
Nice. Now, I mean, and this is the thing too, I think that a lot of people would miss is that, you know, this has the pixelated style and it's all done in the pixels that way, but like in the old Nintendo and Super Nintendo games, that was your limit. Like, you had pixels that you had to work in to get this, but now, you know, you're working at bigger things. So this isn't just a case of it being pixels. Like, how can I word this?
Well,
like, it's so much more technical now. Like, it's not just moving a sprite within this small realm. Now you actually have like an X, Y, Z axis, and things actually have to look convincing instead of it having, like, not having a choice originally.
So our game is, like, we call it 2DX, partially just because Square Enix copyrighted HD 2D.
Oh, okay.
But it's everything's set up in 3D, and everything is lit with proper lighting, which is why you get the day to night transitions. Another thing about the game is it uses real-time lighting, not baked lighting.
Okay.
So 90% of games use baked lighting, just
Right.
because it's so much less performant. And in fact, we've had people be like, it's lagging on my computer, and I'm like, I'm so sorry. This is technically my fault because I was pushing for real-time lights so that we could do really specific things. And it's also why in combat, when you see something explode, you'll see the shadows cast off of the character back and things like that. That's purely because of if you get that character's heart up, they'll have a dialogue between the two of them, and then you'll see silly shenanigans and get to do some of your voices.
Will who can, like, I can give it to?
As soon as you get to the next hearts, you see how that bar is going towards.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Hearts. So you're just gonna have to use a couple cards on them to get them there, but that's gonna heal some. You might want to save that card.
Yeah, I'll save that for right now because I'm gonna get my ass beat. I know it.
Yeah. So you can
I think I'm good for camping. I do love the idea of the camping, and it also I love the idea of the adversaries. Now, you kind of saw it when I was starting. One of the bosses that I fought was what they call adversaries, and it had a very Shadow of Mordor feel to it, in that there are people who are not just your basic unit; they are boss units who will remember you. If I've got that right, and if they beat you, they get promoted. And so it becomes this case of, you start to have characters that actually have a vendetta against you, which is a really cool idea. I really like the idea.
I think it's more you end up with a vendetta against them.
True, but I mean, naturally, I'm gonna have a vendetta against anyone who beats me anyway. So that's just par for the course. But I do enjoy. I like seeing the callback because it does take it further than, every once in a while you'd have take Chrono Trigger. You have Magus who remembers you and remembers Glenn after a bit and stuff like that. And there's that, but it's more delightfully personal when somebody remembers you because they kicked your ass or something in the game. It's nice to see that, because it's nice to have somebody coming back as, a nemesis.
Yeah, you get those kind of emergent stories happening within the game, right? That's
definitely
stuff like that.
And I mean, it adds more in that regard too. Because oh my god, my I started talking and then I stopped thinking. I just completely lost what I was going to say there.
See, I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna do so much. Rise and shine, glowworms. How would you do this?
Rise and shine, glowworms. Justin is up and ready to breach some Imperium force fields, so you're on his time now. General Geddon!
Oh, and I'm not a lady, so I can't voice this one, but...
I'll give it a best shot.
All right.
2 days until the behemoth touches down. Good luck out there.
Perfect.
British. Oh my god.
Beautiful.
Failing miserably.
You should be doing these voices.
I really don't.
I gladly tip my crown to you.
Yeah.
Let's go take another one down.
You're gonna go for another adversary?
I'm
That's
going...
the hardest one. Oh my gosh, are you gonna make it?
Oh god, I don't know.
Level up first. Do you have any levels? You can.
Let's see.
No.
Oh yeah, I can level up. Should probably do Zerks, I would guess.
Oh, you're gonna want to do You can do Zerks. You can do so every even move you get a move, and every odd level you get a card.
Okay. Let's do. Well, I do like. I'll give it to him because I really do like. I like that he can restore shields, which is always good.
One of his upgrades at the end, near the end, gives a AOE shield regen rather than.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
Yeah. Okay, you can go for it, but you might lose, and then we won't get to see the boss.
Oh, damn it, man! Now I'm gonna have to go around, aren't I?
No, you can do it. Just do it.
No.
Go be the guy first and get a weapon. That might help.
Okay, yeah, because the place is about to get locked down. So, let's breach.
Breach.
So, I know that you were saying that, I always liked that one. Made me think of like a massive fire bat, which is just awesome.
Yeah, I kind of tried to mix like 3 things like that. Is it fire bats from StarCraft, right?
Yeah.
And Warhammer has their own version of a fire bat, and so does everything else. So I kind of combined all of them as I could in my head.
That's a good mix. I like it. So now you were saying, working different jobs and covering your style and whatnot. Has the video game side of things always been a goal for you, to be the artistic force behind one, or was this just kind of a right place, right time situation?
Well, I think that, you know me forever.
Yes.
I was always too obsessed with video games. The point where I probably should have been talking about other things, and I was talking about games.
Hey, we were all talking about games, so there was no complaint there.
Yeah, well, I might have talked just a little bit more than these people, but I don't know. I actually, when I finished art school, I didn't think I was going to go into games at all.
Oh, okay.
And then I did go into games. Worked at the super small studio for a couple of years, but they demanded a lot of overtime. And at the time, I had my first child, and I actually left the game industry for 2 years.
Okay.
But then I got offered a job and came back for Massive Damage, and it'd been great. I get to work hard, but there are good, reasonable boundaries set, and I get to also spend a lot of time with my kids and stuff. So,
which is, definitely the most important thing. It's good that they're sensitive towards that, because there's a lot of places that aren't, that they kind of go, family second, work first, and you're like, no, that's not how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, and the other thing is I've worked now from home for the last 4 years, so it's like
I'm getting nice.
Spend lunch with kids. Oh no. Oh, he's gonna blow himself up.
Oh, that's not good.
It's okay, you still get the experience.
Hey!
It's worth it. You get the experience, it's all good.
Excellent. Take that, boss. Now I've got some gear. Oh dear, I gotta choose. Ooh.
Probably the first one's the best out of the thing. Take whatever one you want.
Yeah.
You get whatever one you want.
Let's go with that bad boy.
Let's equip.
Do that.
Yeah, straight equip.
Move
Dash
over
that.
here. So I guess if you've been working from home, how have things affected you with this fun world pandemonium that we've got going on right now?
Well, the biggest difference for me was my kids are no longer in school.
Yeah, true.
So, we had a lot of... So there was definitely adjustment. It was hard at the beginning. Oddly enough, our kids just started school again this week, but we just kind of feel like we finally got in the groove. Before that.
Of course, it's always the way that it's been just long enough that you're like, no, we can adjust. And it's like, all right, now you're going to do this. And it's like, oh, okay, I guess so.
Well, is this going to be the waterfall map?
Oh, I hope so.
What resolution are you playing in?
I am, I guess, the 1920 1080, I think is what I'm playing at.
This map is notorious. I went a little crazy with it.
I like it.
It has like one of the largest, I think it's like 800 by 300 for the waterfall tile that I hand animated frame by frame.
Oh, dude. Well, it looks beautiful.
It's crazy. But the funny thing with that is they see like all the overlay effects and whatnot.
Yep.
They tank at 4K.
Oh, do they?
So even on like high-end machines, there's something like alpha transparency is the hit, and the frame rate will just drop.
Oh no!
Blitz him first. Blitz so you can get a cleave in.
Let's get a cleave in there.
Oh, and because this is you got to blitz first to make sure you can do it. You want to push him back first to get a crit because you want crits on all of this stuff.
True. Okay.
Get a blitz on him. Push him back to a break. So that'll push her in front. So now she's gonna get a much bigger hit. And you're gonna want for this fight, turn on Titan Strength and turn on use Titan Strength on Wind.
Okay.
That's gonna buff her. And then and you also have enough Fury. This doesn't take up the move. Those are free. So if you go to Wind, but it uses Fury, so you can see her Fury go down. Click on Wind for a second.
Yep.
There, girl. And then drop Battle Cry as well. It's your one shot. And that makes everybody take off 50% more.
Okay, nice. So Battle Cry does not enter in taunt.
Use another big guy.
Okay.
It makes all of your characters stronger, but it also kind of bothers that character.
Okay. And let's go back for a cleave for that.
Yeah.
Let's do that. Very nice. And well, nobody's hit yet, so let's get a shot in on him too.
Yeah.
Why not?
Awesome. Sorry, what were we talking about before that?
I'm talking about just the adjustment during this wonderful pandemic that has been keeping some of us at home by force, and some of us who aren't as lucky, out on the front lines, aggressively points to himself because he's not paid enough to be a voice actor yet. But
You're on the front lines?
yep, still on the front line. One of those wonderful essential workers that everyone can't do without, but loves to shit on any chance they get. So, you just make do with that.
You know I'm not.
So he's at 0, so he can't be pushed back anymore, right?
No, you caught the system. Good job. So you can try cleaving somebody.
Yeah, let's...
Everyone's after Win. Oh, this is going to be hard because you have no shields on her right now.
Yeah.
Each fight is kind of like a puzzle.
It is very much so.
The funny thing is they're like, I mean, the Steam reviews are mostly positive. We are like 88% or something positive last time I checked.
Nice.
But the funny thing is there are people who have given negative reviews for it being like way too hard for them. And there's a guy on Twitch that I have watched beat this game on the hardest difficulty 3 times back to back without ever almost losing health.
Oh my
and I'm
Lord.
like, how can he be so freaking good at this game?
Sometimes people can just figure these things out, and you're just like, how did you get that? How did you arrive at that conclusion?
You might want to defend with Win and then use the shield buff on her that Zerx has. That might be your best bet.
True.
Stoshi.
Yes, definitely.
That might be a good way to go about this. Sorry.
So now that the project is over and the game is out, will you be rushing to play it, or is it going to take a while for you to want to look at this again?
No, I played through the game last week. A couple times. And I made Amy play it 2 days ago.
Terrific.
Yeah, that went over pretty well, actually.
Nice.
It was pretty fun. Yeah. Ooh.
Well, that's good. Sometimes you just... I can only speak from my own experience. Anytime I've done a voice project, I generally do not want to hear it for at least a month, because all I'm going to do is be listening to it and going, oh, I should have said that differently, or oh man, why did I deliver it that way? But it's good if you have if you actually actively want to. Oh damn it! Why did I do it that way? Damn it! Oh, I used my thing. Damn it!
This is gonna be at the edge of your seat. It's gonna be hard to talk while you're close to losing, I think.
Yeah, this one is definitely Coco's not coming out of this one.
Ooh, you might probably want to cancel that power and use. You almost always want to crit. So if you cancel with Win, click on her and cancel her move.
Yep.
Yeah. And use slash instead. You'll actually do more damage with a slash than a cleave in this case, because you'll get a crit with it, because it happens before everything else.
Okay, so would that resist because I want to try to get this guy, right? Or is that just not going to be a good enough hit?
You can use it on him, or you can defend because everyone's attacking her again, and then next round just blitz him and hit him hard.
Okay, yeah, that's a solid way to do it.
Yeah.
All right. I think she should have her shields, eh? Because this
I get some shields back for this round.
This one's gonna be a play it safe round. So that is what it means on the top bar, that's who they're going to be going after, right? So it will show who your target's going to be, which is good for strategy.
Yeah. So people really like that. We showed this at Gamescom. I don't remember what year. Some year. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you would have lost her if you didn't do that. So probably the best course of action. Yeah, we showed it at Gamescom, and people really liked the knowing what would happen. Because so many games have RNG, and then you just get wrecked by RNG.
Definitely.
Random number generation, for those who don't know.
Final Fantasy VII, Ruby Weapon. That's about the hardest damn thing to ever prepare for, because you just get the floor whopped with you. So,
Yeah, they're actually all attacking Noto this round, so you can take a big cleave on the big guy and try to take him down.
Okay, nice. Let's do that.
Let Noto take some damage.
Yeah, Noto, you're taking a hit for us all.
Yeah, Noto. Discharge is good too, because it pushes everyone back a bit. You might even knock one of them out into the next round.
Okay, yeah, let's
discharge. Let's see. Let's curious.
Let's see what
this
not
hits. Not quite enough.
Hey, but it pushed back far, so that's good.
Yeah.
So the artwork aside, what do you enjoy most about this game?
I like the battles. I think that especially when you get to the planet after, not after this one, but the one after that.
The
So the
third?
background, yeah. Well, you get a character each planet. You get
Okay.
another one. So when you get a more full party, there's a bunch of strategy that just kind of starts to happen.
Okay, nice. That's
Oh, man.
nice. Oh, we're gonna get a crit on that one, so let's do that.
I think you're gonna get killed in this fight. You should have explored some more.
I definitely should have. This is clearly my own fault, but we're gonna see what happens.
see what
Sometimes I get incredibly lucky. Not today.
He still shields.
Yeah,
He still-
because she's gonna get hit first. Oh, it's actually pretty spread out this round.
That one guy's after Nodo. Push the one after Nodo into the next round with Nodo, and that will maybe buy you enough time to use the shield on him next round. See?
Okay. Yep. Gotcha.
I'm
Take him
trying to work it out.
This is where it gets difficult because you have to factor in the fact that I am terrible at games despite having years of practice. I still somehow manage to be god awful at these things. So, at least if anything, I'm reliable. Wow, that hurt. Oh, and I'm burning. Nice.
Oh, that just means that you're going to continue to take damage even after that round.
Yay! I'm gonna burn to death. All
You're
right.
Still holding on. You're.
I'm still hanging in there.
If you lose win though, you're done because you won't be able to take off damage.
Cleave is way past. But I've got one person who wants to hit her. So I'm guessing, you know what? Maybe I'll throw a cleave on the big guy and.
Well, you're gonna have to push it back with a blitz or something, or you're not even gonna get in front enough to hit him.
Let's blitz him out. I do like that you actually get the opportunities returned. I was worried when I first played through and reading the tutorial that once you knock somebody out, that was it, and you wouldn't have another opportunity. So it's nice that you get it back for a fight.
Yeah.
But okay, let's do that, and let's get some shields back on, and hopefully I don't burn so much. Oh, did not factor that into things.
Yeah, Noda just got wiped.
Yep, that's me wiped. This is so this is not how you play this game, but sometimes you just have to show people what not to do on these things.
This guy's gonna get promoted, so you'll at least be able to show that aspect of the system.
True. That's true. So now you're gonna see what it's like when somebody gets promoted, which is solid because I am going to get smoked right now. This is going to hurt.
Oh, you're done.
Oh yeah. Come on, guys. Let's do this. Oh my god. Am I gonna see? Nope. I am not gonna see another match. Okay, so does this take you back to the campsite then? Oh well, I got an achievement for it.
No, this takes you back to the beginning of this planet. But you don't have any you get some advantages. You can actually switch your characters out. So technically you just lost an entire reality.
Yay!
So
I doomed a reality.
You're doomed to reality. This is like one existence of all of these characters that is essentially being wiped off of the map.
Okay. Well,
So-
I feel terrible about that, but we're gonna do that again. We're gonna see how that goes.
You just exit, and now you can have a little bit of fun walking around in the rebel base. There's actually a little cutscene that is going to play after you die like this that I just finished today, so I don't know when it's going to be in the game, probably like 2 patches away from now.
Okay.
But anyways,
Hero perk can now be activated during squad select.
if you feel like torturing a corgi, you can go into the cantina there, and
New Renegade unlocked. Okay. Into the cantina. Let's go. All right. I noticed and I don't know if this is something that was changed afterward or whatnot.
you read dialogue for Justin, and it's not in the game.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
I did lines for Justin. I was super thrilled because anybody here who knows my Rogue's work, it was the voice of Edward, which was a lot of fun. It's always fun to sound smarter than everybody else. But I was surprised watching the game. I'm like, he's not talking. But
No, that was like a last-minute decision that had nothing to do with me, but they we're originally going to. We had a whole bunch of dialogue written for him and stuff like that, and then we had it moved to a different. And then we kind of moved it to being your persona, but Justin leads the party. So there's kind of stuff, and that happened not that long ago, which is the funny thing. You got to read for this dog.
I'm trying to pet the dog.
Oh,
There we go.
What the? Did you just touch my head? Nice. You did it again. What are you just going around doing this to people? Stop that. You can't just go up to people and touch their head. What's wrong with you? My God, do you want me to call security? You need to back off, jerk. Oh, this is some kind of game to you, isn't it? I've informed you that I do not consent to be touched, okay? So back off.
It's the manliest corgi I think I've ever heard.
Wow, it's non-animal.
Well, yeah, well, he's got to be. If you've ever met a corgi, they have, like, the biggest dick energy you've ever met from a dog. I think they know that the queen owns them, so it's just kind of like, I'm royalty, pal, so.
Well, you were a big guy in high school, like super tall too. When you bumped into people, the smallest people always had the biggest chip on their shoulders.
Oh, definitely. Well, everyone wanted to fight because I was the big one, so you take me down, you know, you're the big one at school.
Do you remember that tiny guy, Kevin? He was, like, had big glasses and he would pick fights with everybody.
He was the one who got in my face and I stepped on his belt and it made his pants fall down. And he's trying to pick up his pants in the hallway and he's just like, dude, what's wrong with you? And so I just walked away and he never did anything after that. But it was like, sometimes you need to shoot someone's shorts. And that was a good one. I miss him so much.
Do you remember the third floor hall?
Yep.
I went around the corner one time, and because he was a full head shorter than me, I didn't see him, and I knocked him on the ground, threatening to fight me. And I'm like, I just knocked you into the ground by walking into you.
Yeah, if I just walk into you, what do you think a fist is going to do to you, buddy? Oh, my God. Yeah, he had a thing with everyone. And, I mean, real Napoleon syndrome. I bet he drives like 18-wheelers now or something where he's in a massive vehicle because you gotta compensate somehow that way.
Yeah.
Oh, my word.
Leave the cantina and you go down. Well, first you got to go to the building on the top left there.
Top
you
left.
can that one. No, right in the middle. That one,
middle. Okay. Let's go.
Yeah, sorry. No, one back.
Oh,
The one with the exclamation point. You can unlock the Aegis there, and that top one.
nice.
She will help you a lot on your playthrough.
Mariati Penrave. Very nice.
Penrave.
So, farther one, like the...
No, that was the main one I was telling you.
Oh,
You got it.
okay.
You can check out the other places, but I don't think you have enough rewards to unlock much there.
Probably not. I imagine that if you have something of any use, will it give you the exclamation mark?
Well, you can go there. You can see. So that one, the armor, you should be able to unlock a weapon or two that will exist in your playthrough. The droid lab will be more expensive, but the armory right next to it.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's see.
You can probably unlock a weapon.
I'm so close, but not yet.
Oh my gosh, 5.
I bet I would have gotten that if I had won, but you know, we can't all be winners, or else how could I be a loser? So, you know, it works out.
Yeah, so you can just go to the rocket ship and take off to the next one, pick up a different character. You can pick your new crew.
Oh, nice. So it is 3 with you at any time, right?
3 at the very first planet.
Oh,
So,
okay. Oh, now this is going to be tricky. So what would Mariotti be replacing as a type of unit?
oh, I don't know if she's replacing anything.
Or just a new style?
Yeah, I think you should take Win and Mariotti, but Zerx and Nodo are equal. You're going to have to pick your battles between those two.
That's a tricky one.
Zerx has AoE stuff and shield development, but Nodo has all of the time messing around with of the enemies.
I do rather like the ability to knock somebody back before you get hit. I mean, it feels like, you know, Nodo is preventing you from getting an attack, and Zerx is, like, fixing you up after you got attacked. So it becomes a case of, But you know
There
what?
you-
I'll go
You
with
can pick either.
let's go
Whatever
with
you're happy with.
Let's do Noto this time. Why
Noto.
not?
It's fine.
It's not a no-no for Noto.
If you pick the defender, you skipped. You had another opportunity for a little perk out there for that.
Oh, damn it.
It's fine. I love how
Pride.
now you see you have to face the other guy that beat your butt on the next planet. So
Oh,
even if you
good.
beat this planet, you're gonna get wrecked by him now, right?
Yay! One would hope that I become slightly more powerful on the way to the next planet, but, hopes are not terribly high. Oh, you know what? Maybe I should do maybe Megatron. The old 80s Megatron would be a good voice for this guy.
Do it. Let's
God,
hear it.
can I? Oh, it's been so long.
I take pride in serving my dimension. One might even call it dimensional pride.
Amazing.
Nice.
You know what? Because you did that, I'm gonna throw my Dr. Claw somewhere on one of these guys.
Nice. Always got to claw it up. I was doing Dr. Claw not too long ago, explaining the difference between Two-Face from Batman Animated Series and Dr. Claw, and which one hurts your throat way more than the other one. And Dr. Claw is by far infinitely more painful than Harvey.
Didn't the voice actor who did Madam in the Venture Brothers? One of the two goons, they had to stop because their voice was getting wrecked by doing the voice of the one goon.
I believe so, yes. And the voice actor who does Rick and Morty had to go to hospital after the first night of recording because when he was doing Rick, he was actually belching. He was actually burping through his lines, so he had to kind of bring them up, which was killing his gastric ability. But it was just dude, just fake it. I mean, I can't burp anyway, so you have to just learn how to fake it for a recording. But he sent himself to hospital for that bad boy, and I was just like, well done.
No, not worth it.
Let's do it. Let's hurt. Because I mean, I was. You do notice a slight difference when he records later on. I do like that he's both the characters. I imagine he would have to be Morty first because
Doing Rick, you really kind of throw your voice out doing that one.
and Morty is so much higher. I can't really do Morty. I have to wear tighter underwear for that.
I don't even know if I could do it. It's just like
All I have to spend my time is just going, oh! That's basically the existence of Morty, is just screaming at any time. Oh,
Yeah.
let's get him. Oh, no, I can't push him back. So let's
Yeah.
just slash. Kill shot. I like that it tells you when it's going to kill somebody. Replying to Sandra, yeah, no, Harvey, because it's the thing, right? Harvey is...
You're still breathing at the same time that you're talking.
So it's rough, but Dr. Claw, you are essentially closing off the back of your throat. And it is just, it is like forcing yourself to talk while you're Dr. Claw. Exactly.
I'll get you, Gadget, next time.
And it's just, it is so much force on your throat that after you do it, it's like, I'm just going to give myself a mint right now. Because I keep these at the desk because sometimes if I'm not singing, I'm growling and it starts to hurt.
But on the bright side, I always sound super manly.
You do. You're one of the manliest sounding people I know.
That's why they call me Whiskers.
I've never called you that. Pretty positive.
No, nobody ever called me Whiskers.
Yeah, that's a mismatch.
My brother called me Chin Pubes for a while because he could grow a beard and I could only get hair on my chin. But,
I was there for some mockings in that regard.
Yeah, it was always magical, that. So, considering the game was released, only this week, it is days old. It's probably too early to ask, but what is on the agenda for you and the team? Is it going to be the potential for DLC, or are you already eyeing different projects? Obviously, without giving anything away.
Both simultaneously.
Nice.
We have content plan coming soon. There will be more characters, more content.
Nice.
game, so you'll be able to play lots of new stuff in it. Hopefully, before the end of the year, we have the ports coming up, so it'll be hitting Switch and the PlayStation 4 and Xbox and probably the 5 and the Xbox Series X or whatever.
Terrific. That was going to be my next question. Was it will be coming to console?
Yes, so it will be coming to console. We've been working on it for a while because it's by far the most difficult.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so hopefully within a couple months.
Nice.
Work.
So I will ask this for the sake of my brother, because I know he's going to want to know, will there ever be a limited run of a hard copy version of this game?
Oh, there are talks apparently.
Are there?
But
fantastic.
I locked up all the covers, and I am hoping. You know what? You don't have webcam on here, again, do you?
No, I don't.
You don't have camera, or sorry, you have your desktop, right?
Yeah.
I had to design these kits that you would be in love with. Let me see if I can send it to you over on Discord so you can have a look-see at that. But we actually made classic SNES boxes and cartridges to this game, and I did a painting that was an homage to the cover of Chrono Trigger with the characters of this game.
Yes.
Let me find that for you.
I mean, at the very least, I can always just drag the Discord window right in front of the game, and I can show folks, because it's grabbing that monitor, so.
Yeah.
Then they can see all my embarrassing names that I have for different people. Oh, no, wait, I shouldn't show that.
Oh, you can change the characters' names in this. If you go to the menu.
Oh, can you?
It's a little Easter egg. You can click on it, and you can type in whatever name you want in their stead.
Like, just...
yeah,
Oops.
Is it there? There's a way to do it. I've seen people do it. Maybe it's under squad. There is a specific menu.
Too.
You can do it.
Ooh. Oh, damn.
Oh, here we go. Wait, send that photo your way. Discord. There you go. You can see kind of the...
Oh, damn. Let's bring that over here. Doesn't that look fancy? Oh, that takes me back. God damn.
Yeah. I don't even have one of these. There are like 50 streamers that have them, and I want one of those cartridges.
Oh, man. Just print it up yourself and find the one game that you don't play.
Forged plastic. I'm going to make a mold, and I'm going to melt it. Oh.
Dude, I bet you could, like, get that 3D printed as some sort of, like, commemorative thing. Like, just, like, a non-functional cartridge that it would just be like, here. That'd be awesome.
Here's the cartridge for you, sir.
Exactly. Well, the nostalgia would hit hard. It would be beautiful. I should have gone.
I guess I could just like buy like NBA '93 and just peel off the label and stick on my own. I guess.
Definitely. Just grab an old Madden title. You'll be fine. It would be perfect.
This is one of a later backgrounds that I drew. I think it turned out pretty cool.
I really do like the blurring in the background for the distance.
Yeah, well, it's true depth of field that we could set up because it was a 3D space. So, can you name the post effects at play and the graphic effects at play? Probably.
It's got the what's that? You do art, you know this. What's that thing called when it's adding slightly more blue hues the further you go into the background?
Atmospheric perspective.
There you go.
I'm doing that. Sometimes they call it
isn't it something to do with
fog? Sometimes they call it atmospheric fog, but it's essentially as the atmosphere gets further away, the color gets carried into it. And yes, that is at play. So kudos.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, we're also
I paid
using...
attention when Miss Bell told us what we were doing wasn't art.
Yes, that's true.
Do you kind of want to laugh about that a bit now? How often she turned her nose up at the stuff that you, John, Andrew were doing, and it's like, you know, you're working on games now, and this is all you here, and like Andrew does animation and whatnot. You just kind of want to go, hey, I guess what we were doing was art because now we do it for a living. So, you know.
Well, are you getting into the is game art debate on your channel here?
It is not a debate. This is fact. This is art. This is work. This is blood and sweat, my friend. And yes,
Do you think
Yes, Leo. Bryan was responsible for all of this. We are playing in his kingdom right now. So,
Yes. My artster piece. Yeah, I think Penny Arcade had one of the best quotes I think I've seen on that. On whether or not games are art. They were like, how is a product where you literally take tens to hundreds of artists, lock them in an area, and make them do nothing but art for years on end? How is the product of that not art?
it's true. It's very true. You kind of go, what? Then you ask people like, well, then what is art to you? Like, if this isn't, then what is? It's crazy that how people, and it's
Probably
this,
a poop on the wall, right? That's they love their data is. Level up before you go through that area.
definitely.
You know what? It's actually better to level up one character twice, or get them to the even levels, to get everyone to 2, and then it's better to push one character to 4 than it is to get everyone up to 3 because you get a new move that's better.
Okay.
So
I tend to default to win for that, so I think I'm gonna bring
go
her
for it.
up. Yeah, let's do that. And it's funny. I don't know. Were you much of a Sierra guy growing up?
Yeah. Played King's Quest, Police Quest, The Dig. Well, the Dig was Monkey Island, LucasArts.
Yeah.
I played all of those.
I just it was something about seeing the talking templates that made me think of Space Quest V in the regard of having the person talking over their thing. It was again, as someone who has been playing as long as I have, it is a really neat thing to draw back on. You just kind of like, I love this, and then it took me a bit to understand. I was thinking, I loved it anyway because I love how it looks, but then I'm thinking, what is this reminding me of? And then I happened to be playing some Space Quest V, and I was like, hey!
Space Quest V. Was that the one where... No, okay, mixing 5 and 4 up.
5 was when he became captain.
Isn't it a janitor, though? Did he start as a janitor at the beginning of 5?
He was still part of the janitor, and then you cheat on your Starfleet quiz, and due to the droid messing up people's grades, you become a captain of the SS Eureka, which was essentially just a garbage scow. And is the one that had Commander Rames T. Quirk in it, who had his toupee, which was always hilarious.
That's hilarious. Yeah, we... did I ever play any of those with you? Probably
no,
not.
we were... my fondest memory is when we played Unreal Tournament and got you to swear at us, and your mom yelled at you for like 2 minutes straight about cursing because you just dropped the F-bomb way loud in the house. And I remember hearing Tony up on like the second floor, Bryan Heemskerk, and you hear the thud, 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 thud down the steps. John and I were killing ourselves. Because that was always so much fun. Oh,
you deserved it. You definitely deserved it. I think you two were camping me.
We were. We were up in the tower. We were sniping you
all the time. You didn't like how I beat you, so you would torture me when you got the chance. Both of you would team up on me.
Well, it's because you were incredible. How the hell are we going to do this? Got a question. What engine did you use for this game?
The game is built in Unity, but with tons of custom tools. So our programmer, Lucky, is a really amazing programmer, but he built 4 primary tools: Wombat, Weasel, Badger, and Cattle. And each of them are their own thing. So Badger is the one I worked in the most, which was the system that I build the battle backgrounds in. So it's kind of... Because Unity is primarily 3D, so we had to kind of build our own 2D tools to work around things. And I would demand specific features, so like offsets, animations, which I actually basically just asked them to do versions of most of the things that exist in After Effects for
nice
our Unity engine. So yeah, that I'm really sad you didn't get to the boss on the first planet, because that was the background I really wanted to show you.
Well, I will be continuing to stream this later on. Unfortunately, I am running out of time right now, so I am going to have to wrap this up soon. But I will be streaming more of this because it is too beautiful not to stream. And I really want to figure some of this out because I am absolutely god-awful half the time, but I'm getting there. Oh, wait. Let's see. Oh, I can't blitz him. Damn it. I'm going to take a hit. It's okay. He's going to die. I'm going to win this one, folks.
I think your blitz might even kill him.
Oh,
no,
shit.
You'll be fine.
I'm
You'll be
okay.
fine.
Still burning, but going to take him down. Ooh, I do really like Mariati. She is a powerful.
So if you level her up a couple more times, she gets it might be, I don't know whether it's level 4 or 6, but one of the ones she gets, she directs all enemies' attacks at her,
Okay.
and then if you give her like shield items, you can just kind of use her to save everyone else's life.
Okay. Nice. The
Get
taunter.
Just.
I'm gonna get that. What are we at? 3. Oh, not there yet. But I'll wait till I get the amount.
Yeah.
Chest. Gimme. New gear.
If you do stream again, I'm happy to stream again with you some point in time if you want.
Definitely. Not only is it nice to catch up, it's nice to get an inside perspective on that.
Totally. And I have talk just games or whatnot too. I have a lot of contacts in the industry now, and
That
to know
would be
people.
That would be fantastic. I've got I had a. I'm sure I'll pest you at some point too. I had a demo reel done. I got to redo it. There's some things I missed on it, but I'll definitely hound at you to tell everybody how amazing I am.
Totally.
Then I can steal other people's jobs and be even more incredible.
Naked, right? That's what you need from me.
Yeah. But no,
I can definitely send you a tweet shout or something like that, or whatever you want.
Oh yeah. Well,
What are the next plan?
I'll pest you. What's your let me add it to the chat. What is your Twitter handle?
My name.
Just your full name?
Just don't add any eyes anywhere. Bryan Heemskerk. Spell it correctly, and you'll find me.
You know, that's funny. I never actually thought about putting any eyes until you said don't put eyes. And then I'm like, oh yeah, there's a lot of places where you could put that.
My last name has no eyes in it. I've had eyes put in like every slot.
Oh my god.
People do that all the time.
That is too much. Maybe it's just because I've known you so long. Maybe I saw your name in writing before I knew who you were, so that would do it. Plus, if I spell it wrong, you've got a lot of family who can beat me up. I'm pretty sure Renee could still kick my ass, so we're not putting that off the table. How is the family, by the way?
Renee is good. She just had her second baby. My brother Jeremy lives in he's in North Carolina. He's doing all right.
He keeping safe?
Yeah. My other brother lives like 2 blocks away from me, so see him all the time.
Nice.
Nice.
Well, I want to thank you for letting me pester you. And
Of course.
congratulations again on the release of Star Renegades. It's obvious a lot of work went into this, and I'm really happy to see it realized because you definitely deserve this. I'm not going to join the myriad of people on Facebook who say you're so talented, because talent is the name we give to shitloads of practice. So it is very nice to see your skill and your hard work coming to fruition. I always find talent to be a bit of a word that is like you were born with it, but it is very obvious that you have worked incredibly hard, and you should be insanely proud of this. I'm insanely proud of you for this, and I look forward to playing more of this because it is a hell of a lot of fun. I recommend anybody, you should get this game. It is more, there is so much more to it than it looks. You really have to think, and I'm sure I would have done better had I not been talking at the same time. But this is a beautiful game. I look forward to seeing the other planets. And I will definitely be streaming more. And, dude, if I can grab you, I will definitely have you come with me on this, because that would be a lot of fun.
Great. I'm totally down for it.
Awesome. Well, I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. Buy followers. I am not. Who are you, sir? I am not buying followers, primes, and views on bigfollows.com. I'm going to do it on my own merit. You damn robot, get out of here. But yeah, no, I definitely look forward to pestering you, and I definitely look forward to catching up. again, I hope you feel awesome about this because it is fantastic, and I look forward to seeing what else you guys have in mind for this, because even though I haven't even gotten through what I have, I already want more.
Okay, yeah, for sure. I'll keep you up to date. Just drop me a message when you want to stream again.
Definitely. Well, you have a great night, sir, and I will talk to you soon.
Okay. Take care.
You as well. And to everybody who joined me tonight, thank you very much. I had a lot of fun. I am definitely looking forward to running some more of this with Bryan in tow. And if you have any questions, then it would be nice to do a nice open forum for the next time that I have Bryan here. So if you got any questions, write them out. We will be doing this again, and I will let you know as soon as it's going. But until the next time, as a true Canadian, take care of yourselves, and I'm very, very sorry. Good night.